Hello there and welcome to Line Unfolding. I'm Chelsea and we're here as usual to chat all things minimal bullet journaling and creative productivity. I'm calling this video a design walkthrough. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that rather than a plan with me where I do a monthly theme, I actually like to subtly switch up my spreads from week to week and evolve them over the course of time, rather than stick to one monthly color scheme or style. And part of that is because I really love graphic design. So in that vein, I want to unpack some of the design choices I make when I work on a spread in hopes that you can take pieces here and there for your own spreads and use them for inspiration. So, design walkthroughs. Hope you enjoy and maybe learn something along the way too. My weekly spreads have a few different parts to them. After 3 years of bullet journaling, whoa, long time, I have experimented and made so many different kinds of spreads that I have a system for my weeklies now. So for me, they almost always have a header with the week number and month or dates, a time blocking section for my agenda and events, a task list, a tiny calendar, and the trackers I'm currently using. If you're new to bullet journaling or looking to better define your style, I definitely encourage thinking about what your essential pieces are in each of your weekly or even monthly spreads, because that's definitely helped me figure out my own style of bullet journaling. So as you've been watching, here I have sketched out all of those different parts to my spread and it's on to inking. Let's talk about white space. Can you tell the big theme of this spread is to give a lot of breathing room? White space is a design term that you probably already know, or that it's pretty obvious to figure out. It's just negative space with nothing in it in a spread. Maybe I myself am craving some breathing room right now. Hello, work from home / quarantine life. But I really wanted to give a lot of white space in this layout and center the text and tasks in the middle of this 2-page spread, just to kind of really focus in on only the necessities this week rather than anything extra. This is the header section. I am just a huge calendar nerd. I don't know if that's even a thing, but I just really love noting down the week numbers and knowing what day it is. Is that weird? Please tell me if you are also a calendar nerd. Anyway, in the header, I always like to include the week number, and here I did it in a serif font that I've been loving lately, and I did that with a really thin 0.5 millimeter Fineliner. And then the month and the dates on the right hand of the spread, I did that in a script with a bold Fineliner. I love the juxtaposition of a really thin all-caps serif font against a more organic, bold line with the script on the opposite page. For the agenda area, where I keep all of my different events for each day, I really kept it super minimal, just using a light gray Fineliner pen and text to note the days and dates. As I fill it out, I'll add in my events in these areas. So that's just noting the time on the left-hand side in a gray gel pen, and then using small caps in a black gel pen to denote the name or the type of the event. I haven't added anything in here, but you can see how this filled out spread looks right now on my Instagram feed if you're curious to see what it is like when it's finished. Now on to filling out my trackers. I think I will probably do a special video on my trackers soon because I get a lot of questions about them on Instagram. But for now, I just used 3, so I've sketched them out in little blocks here. A tiny calendar, a habit tracker, and then a sleep mood tracker. I think my favorite thing to draw in every weekly spread is the tiny calendar, and you definitely know that if you follow me on Instagram. I loved that I had room here to write the week numbers in this spread too, as I've already established, big week number nerd here. For the tracker, I'm using small dots rather than X's, and so when I complete the habit, I'll make it into a bigger dot. So it kind of gives it like a pixelated effect that I really like when you look at it when it's all filled out. Okay, so while I dig through my sticker collection that, spoiler alert, does not actually make it into my final spread, just keeping it real here, a quick mention about the right-hand side. That is my running weekly task list. I learned about this from Elizabeth Turn, aka Plant-Based Bride on YouTube, and I am so in love with having a weekly task list like this. It's one list for the whole week of all the things you need to do, and you just mark under the day of the week column on the day that you completed the task. So gosh, about these stickers, I totally could have edited this all out, but we all have those moments of going through our sticker or washi tape stash and realizing, none of them are really quite gonna work for this spread, right? You have that experience too? Everything I tried just didn't look good, and I really wanted to commit to the white space idea, so I ended up not going with any stickers in the end. But I left me going through these beautiful galaxy stickers in the end because they're from one of my favorite New York City stationery shops, Yozakura Stationery. They ship all over the place, so definitely check them out even if you aren't in New York City. And I did use these in a past spread, so you can see these beautiful stickers on my feed in action if you want. Finally, decoration. With all of the modules of my weekly spread in place, I really wanted to think about what I wanted to do to decorate it. Since stickers felt like a bit much and I couldn't really figure out how to place them so it felt evenly weighted from side to side, I kind of only wanted to put them on the left side, but it looked weird not having any stickers on the right. Instead, I scrapped the stickers and just wrote a quote in the accent color that I plan to use for this spread. And that color is a beautiful ink that is in the Sailor Shikiori brush pen line called Yozakura. And the quote that I chose just says, "Keep some room in your heart for the unimaginable," and it's a quote by Mary Oliver. And there we go, that's the spread. A super minimal, very white space driven design. I'm pointing out different parts of the spread and erasing here, but instead of using your imagination in a YouTube video, you can see the finished version with everything filled in from my week on my Instagram feed, so definitely go ahead and check it out and say hi on Instagram. I hope you enjoyed this view into my design process, and I hope these ideas and little modules I use might give you some ideas on how you can adapt your own spreads from week to week to find a system that might work for you and have fun playing with the graphic design. So as we say on YouTube, please let me know what you thought by liking this video, subscribing, commenting, or clicking the bell to be notified for when I post a new video. So glad you're here. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.